Kenneth Ofori-Atta ebe finance minister. Yes, Ken Ofori-Atta ofri Chebi. Ken Ofori-Atta ni fie ewo Chebi, anaze ni krom eni Chebi. Na ne grandparent Ofori-Atta the first. Ni uncle so your friend Williams Ofori-Atta. Na Ken Ofori-Atta obe finance minister of Ghana from 2017 to 2024. Abusia Ken Ofori-Atta ni full name ye Kenneth Nanaya Ofori-Atta. Na ni lawyer wodina mu edema ye lawyer Frank Davis. Na abusia Frank Davis ka asem bi se abusia beba o ebedi nkomo no na nkomo ni nyina se mame ma nkomo ne popoye na ya na ehwefo ni bi se inti nkomo ne popoye nse eye attorney general afine ana wa discover offshore financial anase sika Ofori-Atta ahode anase wa saving no another country anase financial offshore financial transactions awaye no wa discover. Now that's not the case. Lawyer Frank Davis chirema na any client Ken Ofori-Atta Ghana for then and I say we are doing selective justice because I say Sednam tamakulu our former Maslok CEO ya convict no yemfa ne mai na then na ono de ye January Ken Ofori-Atta yen convict no be but Ghana for say aban we tata no besides o chirema Ken Ofori-Atta enya adwongo ene wenimu enkomo we odino Joy News emifa ene interview no ma membo sa video no enye den enchero na yentu ankomo no so
of international diplomacy. So all along they have been monitoring ICE and FBI leading to Ken's arrest. And this same person, Ambassador Smith, wanted to extend consular assistance and services to Ken, and then he comes boldly on radio to say that they have been collaborating and feeding information to ICE and FBI to arrest Ken and put him in custody. Oh, okay. Okay. If that is what is going on, Ghanaians are the better judges. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Sedinam Tamaklo Ationu has been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction, a criminal court of competent jurisdiction, of corruption and corruptible tendencies. She has been convicted and is now a jailbird. She's a criminal fugitive in the United States. I think our government, on the threshold of what they promised Ghanaians, should be able to bring Ationu back to Ghana, and then they can deal with Ken Ofori-Atta. Now, Sedinam Ationu, she has blood running through her veins. Ken Ofori-Atta has palm kernel oil, adringo, in his veins. So he is now more important than Sedinam Ationu, who has been convicted. This is the justice we are preaching in Ghana. This double standards and hypocrisy and intellectual dishonesty will not aid Ghana. Let us all be fair to the issues. If we are preaching justice, let us preach justice. If we are preaching
fast forward, midwifery sasema say lawyer Frank Davis say Ken Ofori-Atta is more like we are political persuasions. I know person watch na say Ochima Ken Ofori-Atta the former finance minister from 2017 to 2024 Ochima persuading no Anna Ken Ofori-Atta angasa no he didn't do himself very good. Because Ken Ofori-Atta proud to IMF answer no be IMF no. There is a majority MP leading by lawyer and the appeal kobi video no public domain. A press conference Ken Ofori-Atta he should be changed from the finance ministry. Emma Ken Ofori-Atta allegedly yebeti say Akufo say oko finance IMF ba bailout ne ba or be resigning. Nebusia Ken Ofori-Atta ba ya interview say Ken Ofori-Atta Ghana for any MPP for majority or parliament say and kebeya resign. Ken Ofori-Atta ehwe camera nim ka chom say asa de o ka kire ni say obia wa woni ma unja ne mba ho and on resigning from the father. My member sa video ni from me pese me de okosisi ensem so na yenko hwe sa video.
Within this state of the economy. Finance Minister, do you agree with those who say that you should not be holding conference within the current climate of the economy? Do you agree?
Why I think there are issues of the governance of a country. Then these are always important. And I think if you see the way in which we have moderated the advertisement billboards, it shows a party that is sensitive to the current moments of the situation. But I don't think you can ever let the issue of governance go. Democracy is important. It does cost some amount of money to do that. But clearly you can see an environment that is excited about the future by being able to run a congress or conference of this nature in a way that mimics the situation in the world.
Also say resign. Will you resign because of going to the IMF when you said we're not going to the IMF?
That's not a very good question. You know, it's almost like telling a father to resign from his children because he's changed his mind. You know, there are times that decisions have to be made for the survival of a country, and therefore, if circumstances such as COVID or Ukraine war occur, which are not typical, it
Na abusuani nyinaa ne sɛ Dr. Rain, when it comes to Ken Ofori-Atta case, he's diligently following the case because us allegedly after the arrest of ICE, abusuani and commonini, I say after the arrest of ICE, no, Ken Nanaya Ofori-Atta, Attorney General allegedly I discover offshore offshore transaction of Ken Ofori-Atta in another country. Now, country name or show ne kosono allegedly obo krobi a friend as a Switzerland. Yes, Switzerland and some other countries. Yes. Now, ebushia yen quote video no or say Attorney General has been able to discover the offshore transaction of Nana Yaw Ken Ofori-Atta following the immediate arrest of him by ICE. Allegedly. Yura Dr. Renek has a seminal. My memo video no and chill.
No, say he has 28 charges filed by the OSP, Office of the Special Prosecutor. Now, my main son can't also say Dr. Akroma Ayine enso eye ne nhwehwemu no wehunu eye offshore financial dealings ono omo side omo ye de omo eye hu adwuma and it is under review omo ye de nhwehwem. Now, FBI believe we say Ken Ofori-Atta will be given fair trial in Ghana. And in FBI there visa. But it's all about say me baba invest wo kron me baba be adwuma. Before the na $5 million US under a year the Joe Biden and co a year administration. Anna Donald Trump buy no obey ye from 5 million or about 1 million. In the all that Ken Ofori-Atta na esen could show no say or was say to invest into the American economy. In fact, Ken Ofori-Atta was more than that. I've told you Ken Ofori-Atta is a billionaire. $1 billion. Onye a year will be a 1 million cedis. And I know say no Ora Akroma Ayine AG Attorney General of Ghana Edin 72 because the offshore dealings be a offshore no sika woman no sika ketwa. We are not joking. A sika between the not even less than three or four regions in Ghana. Ama ekronimu aiden abeye krabehwe ama enwuma ebuso. But wickedly no womu yese the Ghana fosika ebe kwa kogugu nkofo mines na nkofo enya access to yes sika no de aye enwuma ama womu kro no etumpon. Entimini wo kan yi de eye ora Attorney General ede baba betu ebia. Now Ken Ofori-Atta sa window no so no eye shut because oni visa. Worked with a team in the United States of America. In good time, I will tell you the team if they ask me to say it. Because team ni bi wa woman Ken Ofori-Atta na nkasa no omu dealings bi ankoye. And you could say the team also are not happy with the way Ken Ofori-Atta managed the country's finances. It affected many of the team. And so Ken Ofori-Atta no, they saw and they said that it's time for him to come and account for his stewardship. In fact, some of the team members are also aware of Ken Ofori-Atta's offshore sika what transfer into other countries. He tried to play smart or outsmart some of these people by trying to say, obey your 419. These people are people, I don't know. They are so many brisika, and then Edinaba baby see and they now he is trying every ways and every possible all his possible best. Say on him sa and confodi be a US one. Obepa o match no matina se no ma boa no my day. Etimi aboa ahwe na yan yeden yan fa number on my Ghana. Now, you move on to the other aspect of Ken Ofori-Atta. Many will say, asemo, so be a science, echo sign, obi. Ken Ofori-Atta, ye kind. And then on the 20th, the case, immigration case, the chances are, or what? Very, very slim. So, Obetina USA. The chances are very slim. So, Obetina USA. Now, me debe to be the amount. United States of America, Donald Trump, are wild to crack down illegal immigrants. Seriously. And yet, agudie. Cry. And no see a chain no nin crackta. Now, maybe catch him say, oh yes, obeya warrior, even before Attorney General has said, I came to tell you, say, ye revoke a year ne visa no, or yes, obey a warrior coin so. And now say, or then a ba, bema, ebe say, or ye guardian to ne ba. Sa process no, our person will try no, and ya dia process ne befa. Because you can only do that process when you have a valid visa. Only visa to go on that process. There is a window, a woman, but with that window, no, so it is shut because it revoking the visa. And son, yes, obey, try that window. The window, then say, America for say, so say, Obabet na America. Now, a jayituma was sitting now. One, you can apply. Na eja yamma a business ekwan be fa so they have a term of fresh a particular visa no. But it's all about say me baba invest wo kro me baba be adwuma before the na $5 million US under a year the Joe Biden and co administration. Obey from 5 million or they about 1 million in the all that Ken Ofori-Atta Nelson could show no or says to invest into the American economy. In fact, Ken Ofori-Atta was more than that. I've told you Ken Ofori-Atta is a billionaire. $1 billion. On a year will be a 1 million cedis. And I know say a year ura Akroma Ayine, AG Attorney General of Ghana, Edin 70 because the offshore dealings be a war offshore sika a war woman sika ketwa. We are not joking. A sika not even less than three or four regions in Ghana. Ama a cronimu abaya krabeshe, ama enyuma ebuso. But wickedly, no, when we say the Ghana fosika, ebe kwako Google nkofo mines na nkofo enya access to a yes, I see Canada year enyuma ama womu krono etumpon. Intimini wo kan yi a year ora Attorney General ede baba betu ebia. Now, Ken Ofori-Atta sa window no so no shut because oni visa. It only visa there ontimi apply because you need to have a friend is saying a visa or the abe rakronim and sana wait me apply and also wait me apply when we work Ghana. Now I apply say open so baby be a business and then they will give you that visa no. But me no ka say there all windows are ebe menenya asset na okrum ho no closed. So the attorney, the friend is saying, the immigration or 20th January, the immigration a friend said court or bekono. The immigration judge, no, the hands are tied to. So Obeka said, "Yeah, man, a window to stay in the United States of America." this is what is going to happen. Already, FBI is also alerting a friend. Said the immigration say Ken Ofori-Atta is coming from a country is known to be very peaceful. They uphold the rule of law. So Ken Ofori-Atta will have no problems if he go back to his country. Now, this is a friend is saying, Adia, Ababaya Diama Ken Ofori-Atta. What is Ken Ofori-Atta's option and the lawyers Ediamano? The option is very simple and the lawyers Atuamano. It is now time for you to tell a judge, they say, we gay. Only Bema, any Bema Eda. That you are afraid that when you go to Ghana, the treatment Edema Bema ni Bema Eda bad over in Ghana. With that one, judge ebet me ama a window. That window no mean say yenya a friend is saying your checks say no correct. You see, and also no I heard ya farmer because already no yem fast sebio trumu bill nim koye Emma president asante say ye chi bema ni bema crime ye nyang openly no sa emra no court no a court parliament no president enyang konkoto ni under Akufo-Addo no or one sign so tiase one sign and inti that window no so still slim so the begina so e dey nyan krata ana ewa into one year so okaso on that a year line say the lawyer for a catcher they say it is two things and the person okay one when the bear money bear mother two okwa Ghana ye mam o a friend is saying man right no won betie so omo ma wo a fair hearing e won nsem a ye de ato so ti sa nneema mienu we ana Kenneth Nanaya Kuntunkununku Ofori-Atta 20th odi gina so a odi ko court makacha say free detention center on court obetna detention center wo via Zoom ana omoni no ebedi nkomo won kire de ntia emayem fane magana. Now yenhwe emra FBI for enya passport makom yensa FBI for say passport ni nyina no woni dim elinki to say oye Ghana ni ana Ghana nso nye kura entokwa asi enti okọ Ghana ne ho beton. Now sa three passport no ehun asem but CCA ni de me mfa ntudwa because wo mo me information no esementu me boase nti merepem no mo me ho kwan a me the passport me ensa ne ba betudwa ama mahunu enkofo a moto abama wo mo under the name of MPP the Dankwa Dombo Buziafo wo mo tu ene wo mo ban merepem no me de ba betudwa Kenneth Nanaya Kuntunkununku Ofori-Atta. Now, something has happened. Now, making kind ama. You already know. Almost say immigration court no. Engineer so. Pamo Ken Ofori-Atta free USA. Inti FBI so ebe defend womu claim. Say Ken Ofori-Atta or Ghana Bonibi Antono. You will be given a fair trial. In fact, the FBI SIT said, a year or no Ken Ofori-Atta ni and an former Nick cousin a former president. Na Nick cousin that so Ghana Bonibian tour. The FBI also cited said the political party a war opposition no. Omo kwako yi omo flag bearer omo ye campaign obi antete aban no a wati swing call for enkohunehuna omo ko bo wo mo e wo rallies a wo mo ye ho campaign a wo mo ye ho eti FBI se ono de mo gidi se party Ghana ayo mo party members yentiti wo mo de a omo gidi se Ken Ofori-Atta nyi obi a okọ Ghana aban ne betete eti Ken Ofori-Atta eye den a kia ne ken by 21st to 22nd ekode obeba Ghana aba be face eye ne trial now ne eye lawyers are omo Ghana Frank Davids aka sembi and I think say it is very fair say me read asem Frank Davids and they will come with Joy News. This is what Frank Davids aka Joy News and so I reported. In fact, I want to quote Edema Frank Davids asemwa oko Joy FM oko kan ya Joy and so I report. Or say Ken's extradition. Now listen here and listen attentively with all respect, my fellow countrymen and women. Or say Sadinam Temaklo Ationu has been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction of corruption and corruptible as blood running through her veins. Ken Ofori-Atta has palm kernel oil, adjungu in his veins. So, is he now more important than Sedinam, who has been convicted? He asks. Is this the justice we are preaching in Ghana? These double standards and hypocrisy and intellectual dishonesty would not aid Ghana. Now, this is what Ora Frank Davis Ede Aka and then we say Joy FM Eden Oko Joy FM or the two. Now, Mameka asem we enter Ghana for. There is something I'm a friend of. Referendum. Ghana for. Akroma. Yeah. Now that referendum, no, anything. Anytime it be a media house, some political news be just go and read the comment. And to this particular Frank Davis, there no, share Joy News. Oh, na ya share the referendum comments no. Na say be wait ye asemo a ayde akoso the referendum a Ghana for iti mame no ne yenkenkan referendum no